Is here a camel there?
Yeah, I like how aggressively worse it is.
They literally made it worse.
Yeah.
There's ones that don't even have punctuation or capitalization anymore that did originally.
Yeah.
There's typos.
For that ending for during the credits, I made sure that the piece of Overwatch footage being shown was Torbjorn, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
If we're going to talk about erotic fan fiction,
Yes.
clearly that's the only person that we could have shown.
I mean, hey, Daddy's popular. Torbjorn has kids, many children, I think.
We did that story, right, with all the like weird RP rooms, that there was like endless rooms about like Daddy Reinhardt crushes the little Torblings or something.
Yeah, we did. Or maybe we talked about it afterwards.
It was so weird.
Gotta get on that Torb train.
Just start hammering. Did they talk about the anime war? Has the anime war finally happened?
Yuri on Ice is getting a movie.
That's true.
That's not...
What side were you on in the anime wars?
So, are we good?
Moe or Tsundere?
The EVE Online anime war? What?
What? There's a war in EVE over anime.
That's
way
less cool.
It's dubs versus subs.
I hope that's true.
Should I stop local recording?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't need to redo anything?
No, I'm not redoing that story. I did it almost perfectly.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, slow down. And I was like, yep, got it. And then it was like, nope.
You're incapable of slowing delivery down.
No, I refuse to listen. I'm a strong, independent woman. Actually, wow. Look at that. That's some muscle definition there.
Well, yeah, we're routinely lifting a 26-pound weight that fights you.
She's probably more than that now. Look at that. Look at those shoulders.
Nice. Dang.
I feel like, there's like shake weight. It should be like squirm weight.
Yeah, that's what we have.
Fight weight.
It's just like 20-pound weight that just wiggles weirdly.
Yeah.
It's actually like a 10-pound weight with another 10-pound weight that just wobbles around inside it.
Yeah, my arms are the best they've ever been. All the fat from my arms has gone to my stomach.
Well, seriously though, like I am much stronger now because like our big tripod that we have the slider on, it weighs like 60 pounds or something like that because it's got to be super steady. I picked that up and it normally was like, because it's 60 pounds and it's huge. Mm-hmm. And now I'm just like do, and I'm like, wow, when did this get so? Yeah, all right. Like, it's not that I have big muscles, but there's definitely some, like, visible muscle definition there, which is kind of cool.
Holy crap, yeah, wow.
Yeah, I don't think my arms have looked this good since, like, I'm going to say 2015, when I was getting pictures taken of myself in a sleeveless outfit and cared how my arms looked. That's normal, right? Like, obviously, I'm not going to win any weightlifting championships, but, there's some, it's muscle there, not, like, just loose fat. Why don't more Get Fit schemes feature a baby? Because
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you why. Because it's not inexpensive to have a child. Also, the rest, like my arms
gym
may look
membership
good,
ain't cheap either.
but everything from here down is considerably doughier than it used to be. I used to have like somebody said, there's like, I got my little tummy roll. It's like it's gone from a tummy roll to a bread bowl.
Hello.
Hi, Paul. Just bringing up the stories. There was something that reminded me a little bit of EVE Online that we didn't do, which was a thing in Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, Elite Dangerous sort of getting to the point of sort of EVE-style, far-ranging drama.
Yeah.
So this is actually kind of cool. So they were doing an in-game event where there's like this I think the idea was that there's this person that was like, it was like a courier that was going to be coming in.
Yeah. Character's name, the NPC's character's name was Salome. And...
What, like the opera?
Yes. And so this event was put on by the developers and by this author who writes novels set in the Elite Dangerous universe. And
The idea was that the results of this event would be incorporated into the next novel.
Yeah, so if she arrived and was able to deliver her message, then that would happen, or if she got killed en route, then that would happen in the novel. And her ship was actually piloted by the author with some people from Elite Dangerous HQ, basically, as well. And so it turned into like a whole thing with people like setting up defense perimeters and stuff. And and eventually, what ended up happening is that what was the name of the SDC? It was something Dogs Coalition.
The Good Dogs Branch Coalition.
No. They're a group in Elite Dangerous that they're basically their motto is E pluribus dankum. Their motto is to just like...
That's kind of funny.
Their motto is basically to grief the shit out of anybody within the limits of the game.
Yeah.
Smiling Dogs.
They in particular, they also, in terms, they actually specialize in finding, finding exploits and bugs.
Yeah.
To mess with stuff.
So one of the members of the Smiling Dogs, Harry Potter, was able to, through...
subterfuge?
Well, some subterfuge. Apparently, lucky instancing also came into play that happened to get into the right sector that they were in. Anyway, he killed the courier, and everybody was like,
The thing that made people really annoyed was that there was a group that was this sort of semi-official coalition of people who were going to be protecting the courier.
Yeah.
And they officially allowed these Smiling Dog Coalition guys to join up their group.
That's suspect, apparently. I was reading on the subreddit whether or not that was actually the case, or if they just managed to get through the defenses. What people were annoyed with them about is that they were like, if you're not part of our group, don't come anywhere near. And they're like, and because people were like, but I also want to help defend. And they're like, if you come into a system that we're in and you have guns on your ship, we will destroy you. We do not care.
Right.
And so people were like, oh, okay, that's... I mean, I would like to... I'm on your side, but...
I mean, but how do you know they're on your side?
Well,
right?
yeah, but still.
And also the character that was the ship or whatever that this person was flying in, this Harry Potter had previously, got on that person's friend list.
Yeah.
So that means that they had they knew the location. It tells you where your friends are.
Yeah.
It's in the location. So it was a bad scene.
Got to refresh chat here for a second. Chat.
But you know what? It's a young game. They'll learn that things can get much worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was totally going to do this story for the show and I forgot about it. There's a new Street Fighter V stage. There's a DLC of a new Street Fighter V arena. Gesundheit. Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Of a Buddhist temple, and in the music, in the background music for the Buddhist temple, there is some chanting, and it turns out that the chanting is the Islamic call to prayer. Not Buddhist at all. Also, the Islamic call to prayer, where you're not supposed to have any music or other distracting noises play while the call to prayer is happening.
I feel okay, Capcom are a Japanese company, right?
Yep.
Who put this level together?
Yeah.
Wait.
What's particularly interesting about this
is that the clip, the audio they used of the Islamic call to prayer...
Is it from
is the same clip that was used in the Ocarina of Time Fire Temple 20 years ago.
Which they had to take out when they did the re-release recently.
Yeah. This same thing happened 20 years ago with Ocarina of Time with the same audio file.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh yeah, this sounds like good chanting. Whatever.
So people are saying, oh man, that totally happened in Zelda. It's like, yes, that did happen in Zelda with this exact same clip.
It's just like...
Little Big Planet did do a thing. It wasn't the same... It wasn't the same clip, but they did also do a thing, with some... Kumail Nanjiani did a great stand-up bit where he's talking about playing
Call of Duty, and it has the street signs in
the street signs in Pakistan, where
Pakistan, where they speak Urdu, and the street signs are in Arabic.
yeah,
And he's like, you can just Google that, like. It's easy to find out, but no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
And this is exactly the same thing. It's like, oh, Buddhist temple, let's get some chanting in there, and Buddhism's huge in Japan.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck, Capcom?
there's actual Buddhist temples that you could go and visit just to make sure, right?
just take a tape recorder.
There's
Record them.
if it was a mistake, like it's still a really unacceptable mistake. But if it was made in I don't know, where it has no Buddhists or Islamic people. I don't know.
Are these guys just passing around the
Fictional
same 20-year audio library? Probably.
Like,
and
I don't
that's
understand.
not even a joke.
I don't understand how. They have Buddhist temples there. Did not anyone say, you know what, I literally live next door to a temple? Because that is a thing that happens in Japan, and this is not what it sounds like.
So, Echo CD is like, now to their credit, they pulled it very quickly. They did. They stopped the DLC. They're going to patch it out and everything, and that's great. You know, I'm not like, man, fuck you, Capcom, you insensitive, whatever. It's the fact that it happened at all is just baffling. It's like, how do you let this happen?
I remember this was probably a year or two ago now. There was a small amount of controversy about, I think it was a Call of Duty.
You've got Christianity and Buddhism backwards TXC2. It's Shinto, Buddhism, Christianity.
I think it was a Call of Duty
In Japan, for anyone listening.
thing, or maybe it was a Battlefield thing. Anyway, one of these games, had a level that took place in an Arabic location, and for some nice filigree stuff around the outside of a building or around a wall, they had some gold Arabic characters. That's because they look kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it turned out that some of the Arabic characters were like Allah, which you're extremely not supposed to write down.
Yeah.
Like, not at all. It's super bad. And it's the thing. And so they went and took it out and they replaced it and stuff. And it's just that thing where it's like, what happened probably is that some artist did a search for Arabic letters.
Yeah.
And was like, that looks cool. I'll put that in. And nobody bothered to check.
Yeah.
But they're really concerned to make sure that the guns are super accurate to what the gun really exactly looks like.
If you don't make the guns correctly, people will get mad.
Yeah. And that, that all the
That's true, yeah. You can write Allah down, but you have to be careful about where and why.
The sweat beating on people's heads have to be
just right.
Just right.
Yeah.
But let's not bother actually fighting out, the language or anything like that.
So
anyway.
Just to what I said, according to 2006 census in Japan, people who asked what their religion is in Japan, Shinto is 51.8%, Buddhism 34.9%, other Shinto 4%, and Christianity 2.3%, and 6.9 didn't answer.
Yeah.
So Christianity is sort of a novelty in Japan in a lot of the ways.
They like white wedding dresses.
They do, and on Christmas, young couples go to KFC.
Yeah, you go get KFC.
Because that's the closest they get to turkey dinner. They go to because it's like an American thing, right? So it's like, oh yeah, Christmas, right? So we'll go to KFC and get chicken. I love it. Anyway.
All right.
What else was there?
Not a lot of atheists in Japan now. When we talk about Shinto, it's just yes, I respect.
It's different in Japan.
It's not something where you go to church every week and do your thing. You go to a shrine and you throw your money and you get a blessing, but you're not I am very. It's more like a low level background religion rather than an in your face religion.
Yeah.
It's not a cute religion. It's right.
Are you kidding me? The little fox spirits and stuff. They're adorable. What? They're so cute.
Cute.
Oh, I literally didn't think you were. I was not trying to make a pun. I literally thought
I was
that
it's not something that's a high level
a cute
focus.
religion. Okay, I got you.
Acute as opposed to acute.
Gotcha.
Okay. Other stuff. Mario Kart. So the Mario Kart 8, apparently super cool.
Yeah, but again, Mario Kart for Switch has more. This, by the way, this story was on release day. So this is like
pre-releases and stuff.
Yeah, so this is mostly pre-orders and day of sales. This was on April 28th, the day it came out. It was, and it still is, number 3 best-selling gaming product on Amazon.
So it's like, yay, because you have 2 games to play on your Switch now.
But again, more than the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, on Amazon, but still, it's just like, what?
Something that was just when I was reading about Mario Kart 8 stuff. Something to keep in mind if you're getting Mario Kart 8, if you have a Switch, turn smart steering off. By default,
Yeah, what the hell?
By default, it has a thing called smart steering, which basically makes it so your car automatically like turns away from walls and stuff. You can still control it, but you get like help. And you can, if you just like push go, you just go around.
Yeah, it sounds good if you're a kid or something.
Yeah.
But it's on by default.
It's on by default.
That's
though.
weird.
So you're like,
So you probably want to turn it off.
Anyone remember Robot Unicorn Attack?
Good time.
Always I wanna be with you. It was
So
like
it was
the Flash game of 2006.
2000, more recent than that, I think. It was
2008,
so it was a
2010?
side-scrolling. It was a side-scrolling game by
just-
Adult Swim.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
an endless runner.
Yeah, with the song
Always by Erasure.
Always by Erasure.
And you would use your unicorn powers to blast obstacles and jump over things.
I opened the wrong. There it is.
Yeah.
2010 was the
2010.
original.
Okay.
And anyway, there's a new version of it, and it's a free-to-play gacha game.
So there's
What do you
there's
getcha?
been there's been at least
Unicorns.
There's been at least one other unicorn. There's been like a couple of them over the years
Yeah.
where they've updated the graphics and stuff. But yeah, now it's like it's too complicated.
Yeah.
It's a free to play game. It's got like energy and money and like a currency, and you like it's a gacha thing where you get robot unicorns and you can combine the unicorns together to get different powers. You can get little like assistants to help you as you run.
They got all these 3D unicorns now. There's one wearing like a mocap suit.
No, that's dumb.
So see, look at all the unicorns.
Feels weird to be like nostalgic for Robot Unicorn Attack.
I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
people, I remember playing Robot Unicorn Attack fairly constantly. Like, I remember it, like, basically, like, 3 or 4 different versions of that Erasure song coming out of, like, multiple computers at the same time.
The read on it on this article from Kotaku is like, this is actually still kind of fun. Like, apparently the microtransactions are like,
Shitty.
Are fairly good.
they're like they're pretty low key, But
So is it mobile now?
yeah, iOS and Android.
Yeah. I think it's been a mobile game for a while too. But all right. Other stuff. Oh yeah, the Death Stranding one.
Yeah.
Now, there was another really good Hideo Kojima quote that was in
Yes.
here.
Oh, do you want me to pull up the quote?
Yeah, if you could. It didn't really fit into the story so much, but Hideo
This is the most
Kojima
strained metaphor
was trying
ever.
to like talk about the development of the game without giving any information away. So they asked him how things were going.
Okay, do you want to read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Starts at the top there. Nope. Right there.
Let's just say Norman's character is walking in New York. Kojima began while trying to further explain what the studio is working on. Before he continuing, though, he did clarify that Death Stranding is not set in New York. It's just an analogy. We're trying to see if we can depict with the Decima engine.
It's the engine that it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it actually looks like New York, and if it scales correctly and feels good there. Let's say the character goes into an Italian restaurant, which further complicates this metaphor. Who the character meets going into the restaurant, what he'll be eating. All those details are set. What we're working on now is what kind of table will be there, what kind of specific details will be there, what's on the menu for this restaurant.
So again,
None of this is in the game.
The game is not set in New York, and there is not a scene where Norman Reedus goes into an Italian restaurant. But he's saying if it was set in New York, we're trying to make sure that it really looks like New York and that our engine can handle it. And then if he did go into an Italian restaurant, who he talks to and what he eats, we know. We're just trying to figure out what else is on the menu and like what sort of decor is in this Italian restaurant. Even though none of that is in the game. This is the metaphor Kojima chose.
Yeah. So Sir Jack says bistro mouth.
I think maybe he was just like really hungry.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm already in New York. I'm thinking about pasta. What I think it actually means is like they have the broad strokes. Like obviously the Decima engine can render the setting and can get down to the nitty gritty details of this guy needs to go here and do this thing with this other character. But like now they're getting into like how much greebling can we add to this scene? Like how many little tufts of grass are we talking about, or like other things? There's items moving on screen at the same time, that kind of thing. Like they're like the Decima engine can handle the broad strokes and it looks pretty good, and now they're figuring how hard they can push it, which I think is a much better way of saying that. But I'm not Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. You know, yeah, when you are a genius video game auteur, then I guess you can have things however you want them to be.
Has anyone considered that Kojima might just be an alien and doesn't understand human language?
And then, Kathleen, you read and have a much greater understanding of
This
the
Halo.
app, the Fire Emblem
Yes.
thing, because I read the article and I'm like, I still don't know what this means.
All right, so basically Fire Emblem Heroes is a free-to-play mobile game, which I'm like, I don't like it. But then I played again, I'm like, oh, it's actually really good. And I pulled an Ike on my first try, 5-star Ike, yes, yes, yes. So then I was able to...
Because that's part of this.
Yeah, okay, so Fire Emblem Heroes, which I'm launching now, is having, it's like a gacha game. And you want to put in 20 orbs at a time to do 5 pulls from the gachapon machine. And they are running 2 events right now. One is New Heroes, World of Radiance, which is Ike and a few other people, but the most important one being Ike, apparently the most beloved character of the history of Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
And so to get this, you have to put orbs into the gachapon machine and hope you pull one. But the one that they started this one, and then like 2 days later, they started running Hero Fest, which is the four best heroes in the game.
Okay.
So people were like, finally, Ike, because the game is actually pretty generous with giving you the orbs.
Right.
Like you get them from clearing maps, and they release new maps periodically, and like give you daily login bonuses and quests to earn more orbs. And so Ike came out, and people were like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and like blew like whatever their stockpiles were trying to get Ike. Unless you're me and you got him on your first try. I don't even care that much. And then this came out, and people were like, holy shit, I can finally get a Takumi or an Azura or a Hector or a Ryoma, which are, like I said, the 4 best, most overpowered heroes in the game. And people were like, now I have to give you money!
Because they just spent all their orbs to get Ike.
Yes.
And they're better. And those characters are actually better than Ike.
I would argue that Ike is better than Ryoma, but Ike is not better than Hector and Azura and Takumi. Like, Takumi is the best archer in the game, Azura is the best lancer in the game, Hector is the best axe user in the game, and I would actually argue that Ike is one of the best sword users in the game, as is Ryoma, but Ike has a very useful ability that allows him to counterattack from any distance, which is so powerful. Takumi has it as well, and so does Ryoma. So, like, there's a toss-up there. But anyhow, so a lot of people have put a lot of orbs into the Hero Fest thing. I'm really trying to get an Azura. So far, nothing. I have gotten 2 Ryomas, though, so...
So, basically, they have been pretty good.
It's like they planned it.
Well, it's like they've been pretty good on, like, they have been, fairly generous with the stuff and haven't been squeezing people too hard. And so, having this thing happen, which is kind of a shitty move, really rubbed people the wrong way.
Well, the thing is, though, like, you can't get too mad at the game, because I have never put a cent into this game, and I had, like, when this Ike thing started, I had, like, 100 orbs. Which is, let's go to the shop. Scheduled maintenance is coming soon. How much would that cost to buy? 1 second. I just got 2 orbs for logging in during the Hero Fest. Purchase orbs.
It's legally distinct from gambling.
Yeah, if I wanted to buy...
It is. For
the closest
some
I can get to
reason.
to buying 100 orbs is to buy, like, 75, and that's $55.
Jesus.
So, like, the game's pretty, like, and I got 2 orbs for logging in. You can buy, they're about $1 each. $2.79 is 3 orbs. Like,
That's
80
Canadian.
cents each. Yeah. So the point being, like, that's a pretty generous game, so I can't get too angry at them. And I'm like...
Because you haven't actually spent any money on it.
I've not put a cent into this game, but I have played it a lot.
Right.
So, I've given them my time rather than my money. And
Right.
an engaged user base is important to these games as well. Because they want people competing against one another so they can get, good, like, teams and stuff like that.
Someone says Gapfiller says, by shitty gacha game standards, that is not that bad.
No, it's really not. I've played way worse gacha games. Like Puzzle and Dragon is way shittier and way worse for their gacha.
Coolpaw says, casually pulls 5-star Hector on booting the game just now.
Nice. Yeah, they've actually also...
What is it? That's a good... Sorry, you keep going.
And another, like, this is... Like, honestly, I've played many gacha games. I don't typically like them. And I've looked into the mechanics of gacha. For this Hero Fest, they've actually increased your chances of pulling the 5-star heroes from 3% to 5%, which is not a lot overall.
It's something.
But if you pump in 5... Like, if you go for your full 5 pulls, like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and
Most of the time,
those heroes are now easier to get than Ike is, which is interesting.
Right.
But they're the best heroes in the game. Although one could say that Ike is also one of the best heroes in the game.
So gacha, which is short for gachapon, it's a Japanese term, and it's basically
You know those capsule machines?
Yeah.
Where you put in like a quarter and you get like one of like collect all 10. You get like a random toy.
You get this opaque capsule and you pop it open and you're like, which one did you get? Yeah. Right. It's like blind box toys, like
booster packs or whatever. Right?
Yeah. So you, with these games, you earn through gameplay some manner of currency, and then you can put that currency into the game to get a random whatever.
Yeah. I mean, loot crates are the same thing.
Yeah. Or you can use real money to buy that currency from the game, and then pump that into the game to get more random whatevers. That's the gacha. That's what they mean by a gacha game. That they're using your money not for they're using the money that you pay them not for like features or expansions or gameplay or whatever, but a chance at something. It's the same with Overwatch loot boxes, honestly. Yeah. That's a gachapon mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or Team Fortress or any of the loot box stuff is all the same kind of idea.
Mm-hmm.
The gachapon stuff is usually more closely associated with mobile games, just because that's where it came from, or that's where it sort of got big.
Yeah,
but it's the same mechanic.
So, I'd never heard the term gacha before. Well, welcome.
Hearthstone booster packs, yeah, anything that kind of thing where it's like you put money in, but you don't necessarily know what you're getting out.
Yeah. That was all I saw.
Oh yeah, this is actually kind of neat. So there's a game called Static.
S-T-A-T-I-K?
Yeah, Static. And it's a game for the PlayStation VR.
Mm-hmm.
And how it works is you're holding the PlayStation VR. You're holding your PlayStation controller.
Right.
And in your view, you are like in this like laboratory with your hands stuck inside a box, like attached to your hands.
Okay.
And so you can like rotate around and look at the box, and pushing different buttons on the controller. Like there are various like there's sort of like almost like keep talking, no one explodes thing, but like there's all sorts of like dials and things all in the box that you can. And yet you have to sort of figure out what button on the controller, what the buttons on your controller do. And then you can look around, and when you look around the room, there are like clues around the room for like what you're trying to actually accomplish. So basically, the idea it's based around the saying it probably will not come out for any other VR system because it's sort of based around the PlayStation VR, like the sort of PlayStation controller.
Right.
But it's really taking advantage of what is sort of the downside, like which is sort of a bad thing, which is that you're sort of using a controller instead of like two separate things. But they're kind of using that as their actual mechanic, which is kind of a neat idea, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's like you're in a Saw movie, but more fun, hopefully.
Yeah. So that's what we got.
Yes, I think so. Oh, yeah. I added this one late. You guys might not see this. I added this one late.
Yeah. I actually just read that.
Somebody was selling a collection of Top Gun games.
Yeah.
Not a collection of different Top Gun games, just like 30 copies of Top Gun, the video game, plus a few copies of the movie, plus like a posters and some other stuff. And the article that linked to it was like, the most depressing video game auction.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, along with part of what you get from, part of what the auction included, and somebody bought it. Part of what the auction included was like a handwritten note, and it was basically like the guy being like, I was in a really bad spot in my life. I just broke it up like with my girlfriend, and it seemed like a good idea to get a bunch of copies of Top Gun.
Yep. Seemed like a good idea at the time, and here we are.
And now I can't get rid of them because nobody wants friggin' Top Gun for the NES.
Someone bought the whole thing for $100.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now the problem is and so he like made he took a picture of it, made like a little shrine with them all like laid out.
Scarble says if you say you've ever successfully refueled in the Top Gun NES game, you are a liar.
See, the guy who took it, he said that. Maybe he's a liar. But the guy who took it, he was like, part of the reason why I got this is, of all my friends, I was the only one who was able to successfully, like, consistently land the thing. So
Nice.
back in the day. So of course the problem is like he took he like put it out, like sort of arranged them all on his desk or whatever, and like took a picture. He's, of course, now the problem is that everyone wants to like send him Top Gun stuff.
Right.
No.
Be like, ooh, I have like an arcade stand up, or like I have like a pinball machine.
And he's like, no, please.
Like I didn't want to be like a curator of Top Gun stuff.
Please stop.
Okay.
Just let me die.
So I just did some checking. This is only relevant, sort of tangentially relevant. Fire Emblem Heroes also puts out a bunch of quests all the time. Just counting the new May quests that came out, you have an opportunity to earn 22 orbs. The closest to which, cost-wise, would be to buy 23 orbs, which is $17.99.
Okay.
So if you just play the game, you can grind out lots of free currency, which
Apparently
is
the game has still made them tons of money.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, there's definitely, like, I'm so close to being able to, like, do a bunch of summons. Maybe I'll, like, I've put 20 hours in this game. I will give you, $8 to get 10 orbs, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten $8 out of my, of joy out of it, right?
Orbs.
Overall, it's, like, as far as gacha games go, pretty generous.
All right, that's going to do it for Checkpoint.
Let's welcome some subs.
Welcome to subs, and then we're going to take off. And then tonight is
Matters of Import.
Matters of Import. I knew that.
And they're going to be playing some very Japanese game.
Yes. What was it? Let me look.
It's not Choaniki.
Let me look that up while you get the subs ready to fire.
Bij laughed out loud at how Japanese it was, I seem to recall. It's on the events page on the Twitch site.
Oh, right, it is. But I can't see that on mobile.
Oh. Here we go. The Uchu Daisnu and the maid Fuku to Kainju.
Oh, okay. Some of these are some of the ones we got from the. It's all on the events page, Talon. Which is, if you're watching on desktop, is at the top of the thing. These are some of the ones that we got on Mailtime a little while ago, I believe. So, all right.
All right, let's welcome some people.
Let's do it.
Zarghar Frog for 25 months. Thank you so much for Kaladesh Neither Revolt Inspirations podcast. Never has TTC content been so touching.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
We really like those too.
Snow JP, T-1 to sub, baby. Woo!
Red Echo with a 25-month resub says 5 by 5 and time to check points. Thank you so much.
Mugawara Lexi. 2 years ago, I got to experience my first checkpoint, and you've got a fun commercial. 2 years later, you guys are still amazing, make lots of people's lives happier, and do keep it up. Thank you.
Keep up what you do. Thank you for 2 years, Mugiwara Alexi. Welcome
That's
back.
awesome.
302 Dave is a new subscriber.
Hey, welcome. Basios with a 2-month resub says LRR has helped me through quite a few rough patches. I'm glad I can support you guys. Thank you, Basios. That means a lot.
Dead Rekka for 16 months. Howdy, mysterious voice from the other tab.
Whoa.
Hello.
Elondul for 34 months says, that's weird. I'm pretty sure I've had my 33-month anniversary the last 4 months.
Reinerd with a 20-month resub says, this is my only line in the stream. Thanks, Reinerd.
Can of Spam is a new subscriber.
Can of Spam.
Admiral Matt for 11 months says, one more to a year. Toot toot.
Oh yeah, there's an Ethernet port at the bottom. No, wait, sorry, it's you.
Oh, Meowzuxi. Oh, shoot. A number of months. Welcome back. I'm so sorry.
Aquarionics for 36 months.
Oh, jeez.
Lance Cross for 40 months says, Twitch or Patreon, why not both? Thank you for your support, Lance Cross.
Ultra. New Patreon supporter.
Yay,
thank you,
thank you.
Ultra. Appreciate it.
Simon 40 Russell for 7 months.
Olrak is a new subscriber. Yay!
Next Est Vox for 3 months. Welcome back, Nest X Vox. I'm just pulling up the notifications.
Yuri Lammers is a new Patreon supporter. Thank you so much.
Kathnade says, for 26 months, says, Kathleen, I'm giving you a Citizen Kane clap for that store delivery. Brava.
Mirnus with a 40-month resub. I just pulled my microphone off.
I have subbed 40 months. Tut.
SM
sorry
Queen
about that.
22 is a new subscriber. Welcome.
Blue Mechanics for 35 months says, Buff Kathleen is best Kathleen.
Sorry for pulling my microphone off there. Jerotering, a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel.
Immanency for 2 months.
Not on Twitch for 29 months says, 28 months since I subscribed during the Kerbal stream. How time flies.
Yes, indeed. Conkers32, a new subscriber. Welcome, Conkers32. Thank you.
Ember Becky for 39 months. Hey, thank you, you lovely people, for making so much fun stuff. You are more than welcome.
Michael S. Creamer is a new Patreon supporter.
Dutch Moose with a 3-month resub. Welcome back. And thanks for 225 bits from Foxmar320, Dooman3, Ghostwaz, and MTV CDM.
Yay!
And Aquarionics with the 36-month resub said both a square and a triangular number of months when we missed that thing there. And was there something else?
It was the one right before.
One right before that. I think we also weren't able to read that.
Meowzuxi with a 4-month resub. Welcome back. Thank you.
We got there.
Yay.
Hey.
All right, we're going away and come back in 3.5 hours, 3 hours 15, for Matters of Import with Ian and Beach, playing some crazy Japanese stuff. Looking forward.
And then tomorrow Cam's going to be playing Total War 3, and also Graham.
Not Total War 3. Dawn of War 3.
Dawn of 3. Right, Dawn of War 3.
Warhammer 40K.
Right, it's not. Sorry, I thought it was because there's like the Warhammer.
Oh, Total War Warhammer? No. This is the other one.
Just Dawn of War 3.
Dawn of War 3. It's 40K time.
So
time for some heresy.
I like how you guys secretly just love those games.
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
No.
No.
Dawn of 3 Total Warhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
40,000 of those.
And then because I'm doing that. Oh, and then Adam's Game House will be tomorrow night.
Yeah. Because Adam's
he'll be away on the weekend.
Yeah.
And because I'm doing New Day Tuesday, we're going to have another Let's Nope this week, and we're going to try and get Lifeline working again because both Alex and Ben are keen to try and make it work. So we're going to see if we can. It was
so good.
Yeah, we're gonna forego. Hopefully, we're going to forego the emulator and try to get it actually just running on a PS2. So fingers crossed for that.
All right, that is all going to be fun, and tune in throughout the week.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.